and welcome back to KTN News Desk. I'm Michael Karanja. Now, talk to any Kenyan and perhaps even around the world, and perhaps no one really doesn't know what Mpesa is all about. It's one of those things that since 2007 has been endeared to most people and to Kenyans who basically changed the way that they do business. But away from that, did you know this Mpesa Foundation 2 weeks ago announced that they will be constructing an academy just to help in the education sector? And just to help us understand more about that, I'm joined by the Mpesa Foundation Executive Director, Les Bailey, to kind of decipher about this. Les Bailey, Mpesa Foundation started 2010. Perhaps just to start us off, what's the mandate for the foundation, as it were?
Okay, Michael. Our mandate is to, well, first of all, change the lives of Kenyans.
Yep.
And we do that by, we look at a small number of long-term sustainable projects.
Yep.
So we're quite different from the Safaricom Foundation in that they look at a large number of smaller one-off projects typically, whereas our projects are going on for anywhere between 2 to 5 years, and the academy that we're building is very, very typical of that kind of investment.
When we had wind about this project the first time, 3 billion shillings in developing or building a new school, perhaps the first question that came into mind was why not support an already existing school, and why just go after, why the need to build a whole academy or school that will actually go into that investment in the education sector?
Okay, we have actually been supporting the Starehe Girls Centre for the last 5 years, and we've done a lot of work there. We've built classrooms, dormitories, science laboratories, recently completed sports facilities as well. So we have been supporting other educational institutes. But what we realised was that the work and the success that Starehe Girls Centre has on the lives of young, economically disadvantaged girls, we felt that we could extend that by building our own academy. And so that is what we have decided to do, and work is underway. The building work has been going on for nearly 6 months, and it will be an academy with a capacity for just under 1,000 children. It will be a mixed, fully boarding secondary academy, following the 844 system. We believe that, you know, we're good Kenyans, so we need to support the Kenyan education system. But what we also want to do is perhaps try to overcome some of the problems in the existing system.
Perhaps the question perhaps I would have asked, did you identify a need where perhaps education investment, because you know most companies when they come to social responsibility projects that they endear to, always tend to focus on certain aspects. So in terms of education, health and even environment, did you identify a need especially in that area perhaps that was not quite adequately being addressed?
Yeah, you're right. We do support health, particularly maternal health. We do support the environment, and we support education as well. But we see that education isn't just about providing a school laboratory, or isn't just about providing a dormitory. We believe it's a much more rounded process than that, whereby children are encouraged to explore much more. So rather than just going into a classroom, sitting in front with the teacher at the front, the teacher reading the notes, the children writing them down and memorising them, that's what we want to get away from, because we believe that Kenyan students really do have a tremendous ability to use technology, for example. So we really want to build technology into the school. We want to get away from the traditional way of learning, whereby the children, they have the ability to work outside of the traditional classroom. So we envisage that all of the children will either have a laptop or a tablet. The entire school is Wi-Fi enabled, and we will encourage them to use the internet. We will encourage them to find out for themselves, and therefore they're learning, we believe, much quicker. Because
so it's basically changing what's existing in terms of how education is delivered to children.
Absolutely, yes. I think it is more, we see it's more about, more than just getting results in the KCSE.
Right. Final question before you go is enrollment process. We know the school is basically geared towards the needy. So how is that process going to be done? So are we going to be going using KCP results to enroll students, or how are you going to be doing that?
Okay. The admission process will start in a couple of weeks' time.
Yep.
There is an application form.
Yep.
That's available in all the county education offices and also through the Kenya Primary Head Teachers Association. And it will be geared partly towards what the children are expected to get in KCPE, but also we want to try to identify the potential leaders, entrepreneurs, the thinkers. And so therefore, as part of the application form, there is an area where the child actually has to, or the applicant has to actually write down, for example, what have they achieved in their local community? What do they see that they can get from becoming a member of the Mpesa Foundation Academy?
Getting them in line to become greater leaders.
Absolutely, I think that's it. Leaders of Kenya and Africa, we see.
All right, thank you very much. Has been Les Bailey, Executive Director for the Mpesa Foundation, just telling us more about what the academy that they're actually going to be starting in 2016 is going to be offering to students, and actually how changing the way education is delivered. Ian Wafula, what happened yesterday in the KPL?